Hello and welcome to something quite interesting on the edge. So what I've got for you today is this beefy guy lying in front of you here, a WE Knives knife. Let's pop him open so that you can see him. And this is the WE Knives Sugga. And I see that's how you're supposed to pronounce it. It's S-U-G-G-A with a soft G, Sugga. You certainly don't want to say Sugga in my country. It sounds far too close to a kind of obnoxious way of someone to telling somebody to go away in Zulu. Anyway, moving on. Right. So let me just show you the packaging that this came through. I know this is not typically what I want to do, but the knife came in this box, so you can see a limited edition. Really nice, classy box, nice sort of finish on it. And then if you open that up, you got the usual cleaning cloth and the two WE Knives decals lying in there. But we've got a little certificate of authenticity here. And then its serial number. So this is 111111 out of 155. So quite a nice number on that one as well. Anyway, just thought I'd show you that. Let's get out of the way. It's not what you're actually here for. And bump that, get that recentered. So this is a Mikkel Willumsen design, and I'm assuming the W on Willumsen is pronounced with a V because he's out of Denmark, based in Copenhagen, Denmark. So Mikkel Willumsen, a regular designer for WE Knives. Materials, let's flip it this way and have a good look. There's his little designer logo brand on there. We've got CPM S35 VN blade steel. Titanium handle, in fact, titanium and carbon fiber combination handle. It's a new one. Handle, titanium pocket clip with a little ceramic ball insert there. Really nice. It makes getting in and out of pocket quite easy. And titanium, all the hardware on it, titanium, so all the screws, and you can see some of those, I don't know if it's coming up yet, but I'll show you closer just now, are bronzed. And then a very big, beefy titanium backspacer with an integrated lanyard hole in the back there. And there you can see a little bit of the bronze pop on that hardware. Put that back down. Specifications, so blade length 90.2 millimeters, that's 3.55 inches. Blade thickness, a nice beefy 4mm blade. Doesn't look that thick, but I think that's just because of the overall scale of the knife. So that's 4mm or 0.16 inches. And then it keeps that width all the way to that thickness all the way to there, and then tapers off to a nice fine point. And then you've got a swedge. If I can catch the light, because it is black coated, the steel there, you can just see a little bit of that swedge on the edge there. Right. It's laying back down. What have I got to do? Handle thickness. Handle thickness is 13 millimeters. Again, a nice thick knife. 0.51 inches. And then what have we got? Handle length. I've got handle length, not overall length. Handle length 125.6 mils, and that's 4.94 inches. And I didn't measure overall length. Just grab the old tape measure here and quickly do it. Means I'm not going to give it to you in inches, but I'll just add that as a note. That is about, looking at about 126, 127, sorry, 200 and, not 120, 216 millimeters, so 21.6 centimeters. Right. Weight, I don't expect it's going to be too light, although with all that carbon fiber, perhaps it will be. Let's get the scale on screen and lined up nicely-ish. There we go. Get him on. And what are we on? We're on ounces. So we've got 5.3 ounces. And that is around 150 milliliters, but it's going to be the same thing if we get that onto grams. 151 grams. There we go. Great. The scale out of the way, and then have a look at this guy. I must say, when I first got the knife, didn't appeal. When I first saw the knife, I should say, didn't appeal to me that much. And the more I've had it in hand, the more it is appealing to me. Really nicely finished. The contrast, the combination of materials on it, the stone washed blade, really, yeah, it is growing on me the more I have it. By the way, the action on this knife is incredibly smooth, and I'll let you just listen to that as it nice, very, very nice sound. Good detent as well. Quite soft sounding, but a nice detent on there. Strong detent. Very, very, very nice. Let's speak about the rest of the design. So quite an angular design, as you can see, and we've got these machined or milled areas out of the carbon fiber. Give you that sort of construction type high-tech look about it. Very angular on the titanium piece as well. And if you look close on that titanium, you've got milled in there these little lines. So a lot of little detail on the knife all over. Beveled edges all around the handle there, so you get no hot spots when you grab the knife. In terms of size, you can see, so it is wide, in that direction. But comfortable in hand. My medium-sized hands, I've mentioned that I wear a large glove, comfortable 4 fingers on that, a little bit of room to spare. Guys with beefy hands, you might have your small finger straying onto that lip there. I don't know how comfortable that is going to be. And then this, I suppose you can still call it a little bit of a finger choil in there, and then a ramp up to up to the flipper tab in the front there. Plenty finger protection on that. There's not a typically shaped front finger choil, but when you do choke up and your hand falls in that area, it really does fall securely into that little space over there. So comfortable to choke up, does feel secure there, and that clearly gives you a nice space for sharpening. By the way, the heavy breathing in the background there is my dog Cooper, who is in the room with me, part of the family, and probably wanting to comment on this knife. I think it's something that would probably appeal to him. Anyway, carrying on. The edge on that knife, the factory edge, really evenly done, sharp out of the box, matching on both sides. So you do get a little bit of the grind lines on it. It's not a mirror finish, but for a factory edge, that's really good, as you'd expect from WE knives. Finish on that blade. Those flat areas is a satin finish, and then we've got the stone washed black on the grind there, and it is a flat grind, if I didn't mention that before. And then in that milled recess over there. Speaking of that recess, it does mean that you've got more than one way to open this knife. So we've got the flipper tab there, but you can spidey flick him as well. If you get your nail under there, he spidey flicks quite nicely. So a seriously nice fidget toy, this as well. There we go. That was a little bit of a better one. He does fly out if you get it just right and you hold your mouth just right. You can get him to fly out nicely. So yeah, very nice fidget toy, beautifully made as one expects from WE knives, and I like the combination of titanium and carbon fiber. Didn't appeal to me initially, but the more I've got it in hand and I see that contrast and the way it's been done. Pocket clip, we've got tip up carry, not reversible. A little bit of a rounded edge on the top of that knife over there, and then I did mention the nice beefy backspacer with the serious jimping on the back there, but nicely finished, and that lanyard hole. So in hand, very, very comfortable to hold. You can see you using this for heavy use work as well, very comfortably with no hot spots on that. The lockup relatively early for those that are interested in that. In fact, it is early lockup. And then we've got the usual obligatory stainless steel insert. You can see the Torx over there. So you got the stainless in there. You get stainless steel on stainless steel lockup for even wear and avoids the lock stick. And then interestingly as well, initially I didn't think it had an overstop travel. It felt like it did, an over travel stop. It felt like it did, but I couldn't see it. So you look in there and there's nothing, and it's difficult to see inside there. but then getting it just at the right angle there. You can see that the little bit of extension that forms the lockup goes beyond this portion of the scale. So that is the lockup there, but it's also the over travel stop underneath there. So very neatly done. All in all, great design knife. I don't know if I've missed anything out on it. It is available in another option, and I'm assuming that's also limited to 155 pieces, but you get one with the gray stone-washed blade as well. Right, so I guess all that's really left for me to do is a little size comparison. So big guy, but interestingly, put him next to the Manix 2 Spyderco. Not really all that beefy. It is longer, and I think it is probably similar in width. This might be a little bit deeper that way. And then if we look at thickness, relatively the same. The Sugga probably a bit thicker. All right, get him back on there. So that's the Spyderco Manix 2, and then I've got the Medford Slim Midi. Also a little bit shorter. Yeah, a bit of a smaller knife, and certainly a thinner knife. The Sugga definitely lighter, but you know, titanium and carbon fiber, big swathes of carbon fiber on that, I guess would do that. And then we've got the Benchmade. What is this? The Mini Barrage, just to give you a sense of that as well. If I didn't mention, by the way, and I might not have, we've got ceramic ball bearings in there, which, you know, explains that really smooth, snappy action on it. All in all, great knife. I've enjoyed having it. Once again, this knife has been supplied to me by Blades and Triggers in South Africa. Their website, check it out, BNT Online. Appreciate their support and help. And specifically the guys in the Eastgate branch in Bedfordview in Johannesburg, Bowen and his team. In terms of price, not cheap, but again, very premium materials. It is a limited edition, so 6,440 Rand in South Africa, and 253.30 at Blade HQ, so around $253. Before I go, I just spotted another knife on the edge of my desk there that I think might be very similar size and even maybe shape. Yeah, there we go. So that's a Boca. Don't actually know 0773. Don't know off the top of my head. I've had this knife for a while, but can't remember the name of this specific knife. I might just add that as a note, but those are pretty similar in size. So I just spotted it at the end of the desk as I was going to wrap up. Yeah, interesting. Very similar in size. Guys, I think that's all I have for you today. Appreciate you stopping by again, and please, if you enjoyed the video, give me a thumbs up, and please do subscribe. I would appreciate it, and go well, and God bless.